So as Neville Goddard said, the law of assumption is the means by which the fulfillment of your desire may be realized. Every moment of your life, consciously or unconsciously, you are assuming a feeling. I will in a second tell you why this is so necessary to understand and how you can control it consciously. Because now Neville is saying you can no more avoid assuming a feeling, right, or a mood, a state, than you can avoid eating or drinking. All you can do is control the nature of your assumptions. And part 2 is you should awaken within you the feeling, right, the mood, not the emotion. Remember, I have many videos on my channel that talks about the distinction between feeling of the wish fulfilled and just having emotions coming up. Right, totally different subject. We talk about the mood, right? The experience of the wish fulfilled, the feeling of the wish fulfilled is something different. So that is what you should awaken within yourself, in your inner reality, in your inner world. The feeling that you are and have what you previously desired, right? What you previously desired to be, what you previously desired to have. And this is easily done by contemplating the joy that would be yours were your objective and accomplished fact, so that you live and move and have your being in the feeling that your wish is realized. Now, let's talk about this. It's time for a short ad, because right now I am running my Christmas special offer, which is the largest sale I've ever done, where you can save $1,000 on my usual program price, and where you can also get a free one-on-one coaching session with me personally on top of that. This is only for 25 people, and this is only till the end of this year. So if that is interesting for you, then simply go to upgradeyourlife.com/Christmas or check out the link in the video description. And now enjoy the video. So first of all, I like the first sentence because this is straight to the point, right? Neville never really spoke about any law of attraction. Neville never really spoke about any, like crazy woo-ish stuff. It was very straight to the point, actually. Obviously, he has so many books, he has so many lectures, but you can distill out of all of these lectures and books like the core essence, the core teachings, which, by the way, I've also done with my program, where you have like broken down a step-by-step system, if that's relevant for you. But the law of assumption is the means by which the fulfillment of your desire may be realized, right? It's the law of assumption, right? We can learn to assume states that are right now like not objective, that are right now not manifested, where right now our rational mind has no reason to actually assume them. But by us assuming those things, right, by persisting in an assumption that is right now unseen for our senses, but it's still in existence, we can bring the unseen reality into the 3D world, so to speak. But it is already a reality, right? We don't give it reality, it is reality, and by us dwelling on it, it's getting reflected back, which is the purpose of the external world, right? So every moment of your life, right? So this is something that, first of all, we all do, and this is something that we all do all the time. We are assuming something, or we are dwelling on something, right? You can walk, you can drive your car, you can be at your job, in your career, you can talk with someone, but the question is, from which state are you coming from, right? And you can dwell consciously or unconsciously on states, and the big problem for the majority of people is that they unconsciously, unwittingly, dwell on states within, or they, let external events determine how they should feel, right? They take their cue from this event, from what's been said, from what's been happening. Out of that, they form a state. Oh, this has been said. Okay, I should feel like this. And then they get more of that, or they just, stay in that state instead of feeling how they want to feel, or making alive within themselves a state that they want to make alive, right? Because that's the power we have, right? Awakening within our inner reality, within our inner world, the states, the moods, the realities that we want to manifest. So that's why the more self-awareness you gain, which is also part of my program, that's the first pillar, the more self-awareness you gain, the more the less will you fall victim to undesired states, the more will you catch yourself if you have reacted in an undesired way, if you got triggered, or if you right now dwell on an undesired state, and the easier will it be for you to then, very gently, this is not hard work, this is not pressure or effort, because if you use pressure or effort, you will just manifest more, pressure and effort. So when you then easily maneuver back in your desired states, then that's it. And you dwell there and you make those habitual, natural, right? So like Neville said, you can not avoiding this, right? You cannot avoid in your inner world to dwell in states. That's the nature, right? Expressing states. So we're always expressing states. The question is which states, which realities are we tuning into, right? Do you do this consciously or unconsciously? Do you consciously determine what is being painted on the canvas of your life? Or do you let like the unconscious part of you, and by unconsciously dwelling on certain states, let this determine what you reflect? And this is right now the key, right? That we awaken within ourselves the mood, the feeling. Like I said in the beginning, right? Feeling, not an emotion. You should not think that you need to feel good all the time. Obviously, feeling good is nice and it's cool and it's, you know, recommended. But you can have various emotions. But as long as you know, dwell on being who you want to be, having what you want to have, you know, also when you are in a happy, fulfilled relationship with this person or in general, or when you have successful career, more successful business, more health, you could also have, you know, certain emotions. That's not the thing, right? We're talking about being that, the feeling of being that, the mood of what it would be like to actually be that person, not a certain emotion. But that's what you have to make alive in yourself, so that you no longer desire it, but that now you can feel like the joy of already having it, of already being it, which is the second part, right? You can do this, right? You can awaken that in you by contemplating, right? By asking yourself, okay, what would it feel like if my desire is now accomplished, right? If I would now be this version in existence that already has X, Y, and Z, that already is X, Y, and Z. But if I would be that version right now, which you can tune into by asking this question, by bringing your awareness to this version of yourself, to this portion of creation, when you ask yourself that, then you live and move and have your being in that feeling. What does that mean? Well, it means that you bring your awareness, your whole beingness into that state, and you view the world from that new state, right? From that identity, through the viewpoint of that version of you that already has it. And by making this alive in yourself, it starts to become natural. You start to identify with it. It starts to become certain, obvious, even boring to a degree, because you now know yourself to have it. You now know yourself to be it. And it's no longer crazily euphoric. You just identified with it. And then the desire dies, right? You can't desire what you are. You can't desire what you already have. And once it's done within, right? Because Neville always speaks about awakening it in yourself, not waiting for the world to show you some things and then you can feel like, now I have it. No, we first feel like we have it, and then our world simply confirms what we have awakened within ourselves. Okay, so that's it for those two quotes from Neville. I found them really good, and I wanted to share them with you. If you have any feedback, any questions, then please leave it in the comments down below. I read all of these comments. I don't reply to all of them, but I read all of them. So if you have questions, feedback, just any comments, then please let me know. If you need more help, then please know that I do have a free masterclass. That's the first link in the video description and pinned comments. And I also have a detailed program where you can work with me personally. There is a community, there's weekly calls with me, there is an online academy. So just click the link in my program, you will find out more. And that's it. Speak to you soon. Bye, guys.